In winter, we see a mother in the street carrying her son, and the rain is falling on them. We find out she's trying to escape from people looking for them. So, the mother sits with the child in a spot away from the rain and sings a lullaby to calm him down. Suddenly, the door in front of them opens and a woman living there comes out. The woman tells the mother she can come inside because the weather is awful outside, so the child won't suffer. So, the mother gets up and gives the child to the woman and tells her, "Keep him with you. I'll just go get him medicine and come back fast." Then the woman looks at the child and finds under the cloth he's wrapped in a letter and a nut-shaped pendant. She turns to look at the mother, but doesn't find her. 18 years later, the child grows up and we know his name became Sho. He and his adopted sister named Lu are at a festival in their town. While walking, Sho hears people talking about how there are people with superpowers appearing lately and their numbers are increasing. Lu pulls Sho to go watch the show the crowd is gathered around. As they get closer to see better, it turns out to be a magic show. But while Sho is watching, he feels like time froze for a moment. Suddenly, Sho is transported to another place and sees a sword in space, and the nut-shaped pendant on Sho's necklace glows briefly, and he returns to reality again. Sho is confused and keeps watching the show. The magician is very talented and does amazing weird tricks. Sho says, "This can't be normal. This must be a superpower." When the show ends, Lu says to Sho, "That show was awesome. Wanna go backstage? Maybe we can learn the secrets of these tricks and do them too." Sho agrees, and they sneak in until they reach the magician's tent. When they enter, they try to hide. While hiding, Sho sees 3 people standing with the magician. One of them shoots the magician with a drugged gun. The magician falls to the ground. Sho tries not to make a sound so no one finds them, but he probably forgot Lu, who made a loud sound. The group, of course, heard them. Sho quickly comes out with Lu and says, "Where's the bathroom? We were just looking for it and got lost." One of them replies, "You're joking, right? Actually, we're police and we were questioning this man." Sho says okay and walks away with Lu. While walking, Sho starts thinking to himself about what he saw and says, "The magician must have used his special powers in the show, and that's why they came for him." Then Sho asks Lu, "What do you think about these people with superpowers?" Lu replies, "They're definitely strong, but when my power appears, I'll be stronger than all of them. Don't worry, I know that even if your power shows up, it'll be weak like you. But don't worry, your sister will protect you. In return, you're cooking dinner." After that, they return to the house and greet the woman who raised them and then head to their home. At home, we see Lu watching the news channel and we find out that a 3-year-old boy shot lasers from his eyes at school. Sho comes in wearing an apron to cook dinner. Wait, hold on. Wasn't she trolling? You're actually making dinner? Anyway, Sho finds the noodles he was about to cook are finished, so he goes out to get more. While walking, we see snow falling, and Sho blends with the weather and remembers his past. He remembers in the classroom, the students were always mean to him and no one stood by him except Lu. Even when he got sick, she was the only one who checked on him. We find out she escaped from the orphanage, and the first person she ran to was Sho. As he snaps out of these memories, he sees a trailer truck coming right at him, and it hits him. We then see Sho bleeding on the ground, but something strange appears in front of him. We also see the nut-shaped pendant activates, glows, heals his wounds, and disappears after. Sho falls to the ground. The truck driver gets out to check on Sho. We go to Sho, and he says to himself, "What just happened? Did I just get hit by that trailer and feel no pain? Has my power awakened? But still, I need to deal with the guy who hit me." We look at the driver, who's terrified because he thinks he killed Sho. But Sho gets up, pretends to be a ghost zombie, and scares the man. Numbers appear above his head, and the man runs away fast with his truck. Anyway, Sho heads to the supermarket to buy 2 packs of noodles. The cashier is shocked, and numbers also appear above his head. He's clearly stunned because Sho's whole forehead is bleeding. Sho takes the noodles and runs from the store. While running, he bumps into 2 people, and numbers appear above them too. Sho then gets home. Lu is surprised and asks him, "What happened?" Sho replies, "Don't worry about it," and gives her the noodles, then heads to the bathroom. We see Sho in the bathroom trying to check his body for any bruises or anything, but his body is 100% fine. He notices a glowing mark on his hand, and he has no idea what happened. Sho then leaves and goes to his room trying to imagine his power. A weird screen appears in front of him with the words, "Main System." When Sho looks into the system, he finds the points he collected from people. He's confused. After a bit of thinking, he realizes the points come when he annoys people. So he decides to unleash the pig inside him to become the next Demon King. spinning. Sho explores the system more and finds a spinning wheel. He has about 900 points, and each spin costs 100. He keeps spinning the wheel, and each time it says, better luck next time. But eventually, he wins an apple. As soon as Sho eats it, his body absorbs it like it's giving him power. Sho keeps spinning to understand more, and then he gets a paper with the lyrics of the song his mom used to sing to him as a baby. Sho starts singing it and reflecting. Suddenly, he finds himself in another world, like in space. He gets annoyed at Lu a bit while in his power field and earns a nice amount of points from her. After that, Sho exits the system and goes to cook the noodles for them to eat. But suddenly, he feels something strange and goes out to see what's going on. He goes up to the rooftop and sees the people he saw in the magician's room. He tries to hide from them, but they sense his presence and go check who's there. When they see him, one of them asks, "You again? What are you doing here?" Sho replies, "I live here. What are you doing here?" The man says, "We're chasing a dangerous criminal. Please stay inside your home. It's dangerous outside." Sho says, "All right," and heads back home. He starts thinking to himself, how did I sense their powers and they couldn't sense mine? Maybe I'm stronger than them. Then Lu comes and asks what he was doing outside. He's just about to tell her when they hear a sound outside. Sho says to Lu, "You stay here. I'll go check what's going on." And literally, as soon as he steps out, he earns some decent points from her, and then she follows him. Anyway, Sho sees outside the magician they saw at the festival. Lu says, "We need to call an ambulance and get him inside quickly." Sho tells Lu, "We have to call an ambulance and take him inside, but sadly the call will be expensive, and we can't afford it. I think we should leave him here." But Sho notices he got some points from him. Sho realizes the magician is pretending and keeps annoying him even more. Finally, the magician gets up and says, "I want some water." Sho gathers a snowball and says, "Here you go. Snow is just frozen water, and we're out of water anyway." The magician gets angry and asks Lu to help him, but Sho keeps annoying the magician more. The magician gets mad and tries to burn him, but no chance. Sho's power activates and puts out the fire. The magician is shocked and burns Sho's arm again. Still, the fire goes out. Sho enjoys the free points he's getting. The magician finally says, "Fine, I'm leaving. I don't want anything from you." Then Sho and Lu go back inside. Lu says, "How didn't you get burned? Did your power appear or what? But even if it did, it's probably as weak as you." Sho replies, "Well, for your info, my power did awaken. Anyway, just do your homework before sleeping." And he collects a few more points from her before walking off. Sho goes to his room and opens the system. He's gathered 1,500 pig points. He sees an item for sale for 1,000 points and buys it. Turns out to be a weird yellow orb, so he eats it. As soon as he eats it, he enters his power zone and sees a planet glowing. He realizes he just unlocked a new power. He returns to the real world and tries lifting the bed with one hand. He actually can. He goes out and sits next to Lu, who's watching TV. He sits by her, grabs his phone, and opens the class group chat to show off. Lu asks Sho, "Why haven't they ever called you?" Sho says, "Probably because they know I'm broke." Lu says, "Or maybe you just don't bother." Sho says, "Do you realize how much rent, gas, and water cost? What we earn barely keeps us alive." Lu stands and brings him the egg bucket she'll sell tomorrow. That's their job. Every morning, Sho goes to sell eggs before heading to school. The next day, Sho starts selling eggs to people. While standing, some classmates from Sho's class pass by. As soon as they see him, they pretend they don't know him and walk away. A guy standing near Sho notices and asks, "Why did they act like that?" Sho replies, "It's fine. Maybe they're embarrassed 'cause I sell eggs." The guy gets upset and yells at them, "Work is no shame." Then suddenly the class president shows up and they start bullying Sho. The class president says, "Is this how you survive? These eggs?" Sho calmly replies, "Yeah, something like that. Bit by bit, I manage the expenses." The guy gets upset and gives off 100 points. He says, "But you need to sell those eggs fast. If school finds out, your image will be ruined." Sho replies, "Well, if you care so much, buy all the eggs. Or you can't afford it." And bam, 140 more points. The guy replies, "Of course I can." Sho quickly bags all the eggs and announces to everyone waiting, "The class president bought all the eggs." And boom, over 600 more points. Honestly, it's the first time I've seen returns from trolling. Anyway, Sho goes to school and we see him in class. He gets a notification on his phone. When he checks, it's news about a new superhuman. Sho sees a chance to earn more points. He stands and tells the other students, "Someone new awakened a superpower." The whole class asks, "Where?" Sho replies, "The message didn't mention details," and earns 100 points from each. As soon as he sits, someone enters and tells the class, "Quick! A student in the class above awakened a power." He's showing it off to students and now he's holding the principal. He might kill him. Sho gets excited kid, something like this could get him some sweet points. So, he decides to go see what's happening and if he can do anything. While going up the stairs, he sees a girl coming down. Sho feels like she has powers too but is hiding them. Then Sho reaches the rooftop. We see the student holding the principal, ready to throw him off. Literally no one knows what to do because of the principal's safety. But Sho gets an idea. He goes closer to the student and keeps telling him what'll happen if he throws the principal. He keeps sharing boring quotes and advice until he earns points from everyone there. The crazy student gets distracted by all the talk. Then that strange group jumps in, grabs him, and frees the principal. When Sho returns to class, he sees doctors and teachers. We find out the doctors came to test the students and find out who has superpowers. Sho tries to say he'll go to the bathroom first, but he sees a doctor behind him blocking his way out. Then we see Sho on his way back home, but he feels something's wrong with Lu because he's getting points off her. As soon as Sho enters the house, he notices Lu turned out to be sick. So, he takes her to bed and tells her, "Stay right here, I'll go get medicine and come back." As soon as he leaves the room, he opens the system and tries to get the apple that boosts his body power to heal her. He finally gets one and takes it to Lu. As soon as she takes it, she recovers in seconds. So Sho annoys her a bit to get back the points he spent on her. The next day we go to class and see the test results are out. The first name is the girl Sho saw, and we find out her name is Sai. Then it's the class president and a few others. And finally, what the teacher didn't believe, nor even the students, it's Sho. And of course, he gets points from all of them. At night, all the students with superpowers go to school for training. Their teacher turns out to be the man Sho saw in the alley and above his house. The teacher asks a chemistry question. The class president raises his hand, but the teacher picks Sho. Sho gives a dumb answer and collects some nice points. Then the teacher brings out the substance and tells the students that if they put their blood in it, it will react, and the darker the color, the stronger the power. He gives all the students some of the substance to take the test so their powers can be ranked. We find out that with training, their power will grow, so the result isn't a real measure of strength. After they finish the test, we find out Sho got the lowest rank because the apples hide his power before the test. When the class president tries to bully Sho in the group chat, Sho hits him with a comeback and earns some amazing points. Then Sho goes and opens the system. He has around 7,900 troll points. A new item has appeared in the spin wheel, so he tries it out. The first thing he wins is food called tofu. It smells bad but tastes good. Then Lu asks Sho where he got the dish from. He replies, "Would you believe me if I said I won it?" Then Sho keeps spinning the wheel until he gets 50 of them. Lu is surprised and says, "Can't you get us a pasta dish or even some fried chicken instead?" Sho keeps spinning until he gets a weird paper. When Sho holds the paper, Lu moves closer to look. The paper goes into Lu's head and time suddenly freezes. A strange black beam from space comes down on Lu and enters her. Lu is shocked and doesn't understand anything. Sho tells her, "Close your eyes and try to focus." As soon as she does, she sees a solar system like the one Sho saw. Lu is happy when she finds out she's not ordinary anymore. Then we see Sho lying on his bed, thinking what to do with the 80 tofu he now has. He gets an idea to sell it tomorrow. If someone buys, great. If not, he'll collect negative points, which is still great. The next day, Sho heads out feeling excited about the evil he's going to do. On his way out, he sees the old man training with a wooden sword. The old man comes close and says, "Wanna learn this move?" Sho says no and walks away. And obviously, he collects points off that too. Then Sho goes to sell the tofu. At first, he couldn't sell anything, but he got points for the smell. Then someone comes close, tries it, and soon people gather, and Sho sells out everything. Then Sho keeps trolling people to collect points and buy tools and unlock new skills. In the end, he unlocks all the planets in his star map. At that point, a new weapon appears that he can use in real life and control. The next day, Sho goes to his class. He hears students talking about recent incidents. The class president says, "What if we make a secret team to fight these criminals?" But no one pays him any attention. So he goes to Sho to provoke him, but it ends with Sho collecting a lot of points off him. At night, while training at school, their teacher brings them a magic stone and says the stone will help them train and grow stronger. Sho goes and tries the stone, but Sho's star map rejects it because it's stronger. So he decides to stay as he is and keep trolling to become stronger. The next day, Sho goes out to sell tofu, but the old man sees him, the one training with the sword. The old man does a few techniques to impress Sho, but then sees Sho left and gets mad. Then Sho goes to school and sees the class president arm wrestling students and showing off his strength. When he sees Sho, he says, "Wanna arm wrestle me with my left hand? It's weaker than my right, but should match your power. Sho agrees. Then Sho beats him easily. The president gets mad, and points come out of him. Sho says, maybe my left hand is strong. Wanna switch? Again, Sho beats him easily and gets more points. Then he says, you're a blessing. Looks like I got stronger just by touching your hand. Points pour out of the president like he's giving out candy at a wedding. Then the students go have breakfast. A student named G comes to Sho and asks how his power increased. He thanks Sho the blessing and gives him some nice points. G says, I could tell the teacher your power increased, and he'll give you more magic stones. Sho asks G about the teacher's original job. G says, he works for the Earth Network. Sho is surprised and asks if there are other networks. G says, yeah, there's the Sky Network. They're stronger than the Earth Network. At night, we go to Sho at home. Sitting with Lu, Sho feels something outside and decides to take a look. When he looks, he finds out the people outside are from the Sky Organization. They're here for the old man who lives next to Sho. One of them goes inside and asks the old man to work with them. The old man refuses. The guy tells him, alright, but this position is meant for you and no one else. Sho understands then that the old man has a connection with them, so he decides to learn sword dueling from him. The next day, Sho goes to the old man and asks him to teach him sword fighting. The old man is happy and says, alright, no problem. You can come anytime. Sho says, thanks, but sorry, I have one small condition. I want you to tutor Lu, because I won't be able to help her study these days. Sho then calls Lu and tells her the old man will tutor her. Sho collects some juicy points off them. Anyway, after Sho returns from school, he finds Lu bothering the old man, and he earns points off that. So the old man says to Sho, I'm here tutoring her. Come on, get ready now for our first lesson. Then the old man goes to get some weights and tells Sho, you'll wear them one by one from lightest to heaviest. Sho grabs one and throws it in the air. It's not even heavy for him. Sho tells the old man, my power has increased recently. What do you say we start right away? The old man is impressed and says okay. He picks up a paper and says, I'll teach you that anything can be sharp. Then the old man channels his power into the paper and swings it in the air. It splits the ground and the wall in front of them. Then he throws Sho a sword so he can train with it. Then Sho keeps training, and after a short while, he becomes a pro. At the end of the day, the old man asks Sho, when does someone become strong? Sho replies, when he breaks the rules. The old man says, no, I mean, when do you have the power to break the rules? Sho says, I don't know, but all I want is a quiet life to protect Lu. The old man says, well, great power lets you help more people, and definitely more money. Sho replies, if someone gave me a mission, I wouldn't accept it. I don't like depending on anyone. Maybe that's because of how I was raised. But I know life is hard, but no matter how hard it gets, I want to live it my way, even if it's wrong. The old man smiles hearing this and is happy with him. The next day, the old man finds a way to get Lu to focus without making her unleash the troll, and it's with chips. Suddenly someone comes close, and the old man senses him. That guy's name is Sure, and he's from the Sky Network. Lu gets annoyed by both of them, and of course Sho gets points off that. Sho is surprised that he got points from someone he doesn't know and decides to run back. When he gets back, Lu is surprised he returned early. Sho says, it's nothing. I just forgot something and came to get it. Lu says, I'll get it for you, and she goes inside. The old man and Sure are left alone, and Sure tells the old man about the dangers they're facing and asks him to join them. But the old man refuses, and Sure leaves. After that, the old man gives 2 test tubes to Sho and Lu to test their power and see if it increased. They take them and go inside the house to start the test. And in seconds, after putting in their blood, both tubes turn black. This is the highest level on the paper in front of him. But then Sho's tube doesn't just turn a color, it looks like a piece of space. At the same time, even Lu's tube has a weird-looking storm inside. So Sho goes out to bury the tubes so no one sees them, but the old man comes and asks what the result was. Sho says, sadly, my power's still weak like before. Then we see Sho training in the spiritual map and unlocking a new power. This power lets him take 0 damage in any battle. But at the same time, he wants to check on how Lu did. At the same time, Lu is in her star map unlocking a new power. Sho tells her to try using the new power. The girl uses it and summons an ant that died yesterday. We realize she can sense the energy of dead creatures now. Sho takes her out to try on something else. She summons a bird. Sho is happy, but says it's still not enough to protect her. So Sho says, come with me, I'll get you something useful as a weapon. Lu agrees immediately. We move to a pig shop. We find out they came here so Lu can summon one of them after it dies. Lu is upset with Sho and gives off points. As soon as a pig is taken to be slaughtered, Sho and Lu walk off. Once they leave, Sho tells Lu, summon your pig. Lu summons the pig. Sho gets a knife to see what's different between it and a real pig. When he cuts it, he finds it's exactly the same as the real one. Sho draws his weapon and checks if he can kill it or not, but he finishes it off in a really satisfying way. But then Sho gets around 600 negative points from Lu. When he looks at her, he finds she's insanely angry. He apologizes and says, "Alright, I'll make you dinner." After Sho cooks dinner, he's happy because the tofu is doing a great job. He tells Lu, "At this rate, we'll soon be able to buy the house and stop renting." But then Sho senses people with powers nearby, and he wants to go out and check what's happening. Lu, of course, jumps into it. We go to where those superhumans are, and they're on a bridge. We find out that 3 criminals from the Earth Guild are trying to stop them. At the same time, Sho and Lu are watching them. We see Sho's teacher, who's from the Earth Network, blocking the criminals' attacks easily. But because he gets distracted, one of the criminals charges at him, and he's like the Hulk in brute force. So the teacher steps back so he doesn't get killed. When the criminals go after him, the Earth Network guys start mocking him. But the Green Man manages to kill 2 of them, and the 3 criminals escape. The police arrive in the end and try to track them down to catch them. Sho tells Lu to go home because he wants to stir up some trouble. Then we go to a building surrounded by police and the Earth Network. Inside, we see the 3 criminals. One of them tells their leader they should surrender because they can't keep going in this mess. The Green Man says, "Surrender? No way. Just stick with me and don't worry about anything." They leave the room, and by accident, they hurt a few officers. The police notice them and open fire. We see the Pigman grabs the other 2 and forms a shield to block the shots from hitting him. Clearly, there are lots of pigs in this world, just like ours. Anyway, the police and Earth Network try to catch him. One of them manages to stab him with a sword. It goes right into his belly, but he's like a Nokia phone and keeps going just fine. Suddenly, the Earth Network guys spot Sho watching them. Sho says, "Of course, if I swear I'm here by accident, no one will believe me." So 2 guys from Earth Network go to arrest him. But all Sho does is block their attacks and annoy them for points. Elsewhere, 2 from Earth Network attack the Pigman. He knocks one down, then grabs the second and smashes him into the wall. Meanwhile, Sho keeps humiliating his guys, and they fall to the ground. Now it's just Sho and the Pigman left, though Sho is more pig than him. Sho uses a technique and his aura becomes stronger. Both strike at the same second, but Sho is stronger and the Pigman's bones shatter. When Sho gets home, Lu checks if he's hurt. He says, "No, thank God I'm fine, but I want you to come with me. I've got something to show you." She says, "Last time you said that, you took me to a place full of animals like you." Sho says, "No, this time, no pigs." As they leave, they see the old man in front of them. He asks, "Where are you 2 going?" Lu replies, "Sho's treating me to a downtown place with epic shawarma." The old man says, "Alright," and lets them go. They go to a rooftop, and Sho tells Lu to scan the area within 1 kilometer. Lu sends out a bird and scans the place. She tells Sho, "No one's here." Sho says, "Okay, I'll go. If it's safe, I'll tell you to come." Sho checks the place and finds no one, so he messages Lu to come over. When she arrives, Sho says, "I feel like someone dead is here." Lu says, "Yeah, 2 short ones and 1 tall." Sho tells her to grab the tall one, and she does. Then Sho tells her to summon him to confirm it's him. Lu tries but fails to summon. She says, "I can't. My power's drained. Maybe tomorrow I can summon him." Sho says, "Okay, fine, let's go." Lu gets mad and says, "Go? What about the shawarma? Or do you want us going back on empty stomachs and the old man catches us?" Sho says, "Fine, don't worry. I'll take you to the best restaurant in all of Japan." They go to the restaurant, and we learn Lu has a black hole in her stomach or something, because there's no way it's normal for her to eat 9 plates by herself. Sho tells her, "I don't want you to tell anyone about this power of yours." Lu replies, "Don't worry, I know." Then Sho looks at her eating and says, "I know living with me is hard. You probably ate better back in the orphanage." Lu starts crying and says, "I don't care about food or money. All I want is for us to live together FO. Sho cuts in, "I want that too, to live in a house that's ours. From today, we'll stay together." We go to a meeting of the Sky Network. The meeting is to find out who that person was. In all the videos and photos they have, Sho doesn't show. Someone from Earth Network says, "From the way he talks and acts, he seems like a teenager. But if he really is one and already reached that power, imagine what he'll be like when he grows up." Someone else from Earth Network says, "We have to find out who he is." The next day, Lu wakes up and feels her power is back. So she goes to Sho to tell him and shows him the criminal. Sho gets excited and asks her, "How do you control him?" Lu says, "With my mind. Whatever I want, he'll do. Want me to make him hit you to prove it?" Sho replies, "Thanks, I'm good." Lu says, "I can even see his memories too." Anyway, Lu says she saw in the Pigman's memories the place where they hid the stolen money. She tells him they could go get it. Sho replies, no, we can't. If we get it, we have to turn it in to the police, and they'll ask where we got it from, and there'll be no way except they find out about your power. Lu, upset, says, but can't we take the money and buy the house? Sho replies, we can't take stolen money, and then trolls her a bit since it's been a while since he earned points. The next day, Sho goes to school and annoys his classmates. While sitting, he asks Ji about the legendary land. Ji tells him, it's a land with great power. If someone trains there, their strength will grow fast. Sho replies, okay, but that path's a bit expensive. Don't you have another option? Ji says, then it's the magic stones. I heard they'll give us some tomorrow. The next day, a new principal arrives at the school. He's from the Sky Network and comes to train the Superpower class. His name is Xiao. The moment he enters and passes by Sho feels his power and thinks, he must be from the Sky Network. Even Xiao notices someone sensed his power and spots Sho zoning out. Then we see Xiao sitting with the students warning them about the new person who appeared in the city. He gives them a description and tells them if they see him, report so they can arrest him. Then the teacher hands out magic stones to the students. Since Sho hasn't shown them his real power, he's considered the weakest among them, so he only gets 2 stones. When they go out, Sho calls Ji and asks if these stones are sold and how much they cost. Ji says, these stones are from the Sky Network and selling them is forbidden, but I can contact someone in the black market to sell you some. After Ji calls him, we find out 1 stone costs 220,000 yen. So Sho now has 440,000 yen in his hand and can buy the house. At sunset, we see Xiao asking the old man if he knows who this strange person is. That's because Sho looked like he knew sword fighting during the battle. But the old man says, you're joking, right? You suspect me? Xiao gets embarrassed and walks off. Then Sho goes and Lu asks him about the Earth and Sky networks. Sho tells her everything he knows about them. Then he brings out an envelope with money, gives her a new phone, and tells her to keep it. He also tells Lu that he spoke with the landlord and will get the house contract tomorrow. Lu is so happy she starts crying. Then Sho goes off to train and his power grows. Even Lu, while sleeping, her power increases. The next day, Sho goes to get the house contract. After getting it, he gets a call from an unknown number. When he answers, he hears shouting. We find out it's a call from school and they'll be traveling to a place for training. So he sends a message to Lu and tells her, I won't be able to come for a few days, and leaves. After that, we see armored vehicles and the students are inside one of them. Ji starts explaining to his classmates about the place they're going to. We find out they're headed to a place called the ruins. The ruins were formed after an alien invasion. The most important thing in the ruins is the core eye, and if they manage to retrieve it, the ruins will vanish. We also find out that the head of the Sky Network opened a ruin a few days ago and managed to take the core eye, which turned out to be a uniquely shaped sword. As soon as the students arrive at the training location, we see the teacher telling them, today, you're here on a secret mission. This is to build your experience. But if any info leaks, even a small detail, you'll face a military trial. Then the students go and get food like soldiers exactly, and there are no chairs, so they sit on the ground. At the same time, we see a chubby guy complaining about the food and the place and saying he wants a chair. A soldier gives him his own chair just to shut him up. But Sho gets annoyed with the guy and walks over to take the chair from him. The guy ignores Sho, so Sho slaps him with the back of his hand like a servant. At night, we see the students training, but Sho doesn't need training. He needs points, since he hasn't earned any lately. The perfect target now is the class president. Sho goes to him and starts annoying him. The president tries to ignore Sho, but Sho keeps nagging him until he gets a nice batch of points. The next day, we see Sho checking the system and he has around 47,000 points. He buys some apples. Then Sho returns to camp for lunch and finds the cook giving out extra portions. Sho is surprised. Then a guard comes and offers him his chair. So we realize all of this is because of what he did yesterday to that spoiled guy. But Sho refuses to take the chair and sits on the ground with his classmates. After eating, Sho takes over the class president's shift to farm more points. The class president gets so annoyed he decides to go far away just to train in peace. But Sho doesn't plan to leave him alone today. Like I said, shift. The next day, we see Sho training alone and then opening his star map. He boosts his energy and feels like he's now the strongest one. Sho then returns for lunch, but the class president comes to him and says, you've been jumping around ever since you beat me last time. Now I'm stronger and I can beat you easily. Sho replies, sounds great, let's do it. The teacher shows up and says he'll referee the match. Everyone gathers in a tent and Sho and the class president get ready. Literally all of them are cheering for the class president. But that's exactly what Sho wants. The moment the teacher says go, Sho beats the class president instantly. That was worth nearly 2,000 points. The teacher gets excited and says, come on, face me now. Sho agrees agrees, and the moment they start, Sho wins again. The teacher is thrilled and tells Sho, "Your future is definitely bright." Sho replies, "You're making a big deal out of this. Honestly, all this power is probably thanks to our lucky charm, the class president." On the other side, we see Shao at a mountain and he notices smoke heading their way. Then the alarm sounds and Shao tells the students to run away from the smoke. But the smoke grows and swallows them all. After that, Sho finds himself falling into a strange place. He's confused how he got here. Suddenly, a black skeleton with an axe appears, so Sho dodges its attacks, grabs the axe, and finishes it. Then he climbs up a high hill, but many skeletons come out from it. Sho starts running from them. Then he notices some other students also running and warning him about those crazy skeletons. Sho looks at them and sees they caught one of the students and started killing him. So Sho jumps in and starts hitting them. Then a powerful monster corners Sho against the wall, but Sho manages to knock it down and smash its skull. Then Sho tells the students, "This place isn't safe. Go find somewhere safe to hide, and take this axe to protect yourselves. These skeletons die if you smash their skulls." He leaves and walks away. Then we see Sho slashing more skeletons and takes a weapon from them. Then he heads to find a place to hide before night falls. While running, he sees a light floating upward, so he goes and hits that flare. When Sho looks where it landed, he sees someone releasing a huge number of points. Sho realizes that's the spy G mentioned earlier. He is indeed a spy sent by an organization. They were a team and already knew they'd enter the ruins, so each of them took a flare gun to regroup if lost. The guy tries to trick Sho and says he's from his class, but Sho isn't fooled. Still, he decides to go along since this guy is a goldmine of points. The guy says, "You got it here? Can I see it?" Sho moves the sword closer, and just before he touches it, Sho pulls it back. The guy says he's leaving, but Sho definitely won't let him go easily. Sho follows him, acting slow. The guy feels confident, but suddenly Sho is right behind him. Suddenly, holes open in the ground and skeletons crawl out. The guy starts running. Sho runs too, pretending to be scared. The guy says he can take the sword. Sho pretends to hand it over, then drops it and keeps running. The guy almost gets attacked by a skeleton, but he pulls out a hidden knife and kills it. Then the guy plans to kill Sho while he's asleep, but Sho pretends to sleep while staying awake, and the guy starts losing it. In the morning, Sho goes to get tofu and eat. The guy is surprised Sho has food. Sho raises the tension on purpose. The guy then attacks Sho to finish him. Sho blocks his strikes. The guy actually manages to hit Sho, but Sho eventually catches him and throws him down. They clash again. The guy knocks Sho's sword away and is about to stab him, but Sho draws his second sword and finishes him. Then he gets upset because yesterday he was just messing with him, and now he had to kill him. Sho continues on. While walking, he finds apples on the ground. He looks up and sees a tree with apples, so he climbs and grabs one. As soon as he does, squirrels appear and get mad at him. Sho gets points from them and smiles, eating an apple in front of them. They get angrier and throw rocks at him. Sho grabs some apples and points and walks away. While walking, a pack of wolves appears and attacks him. Sho runs away, but after escaping, he realizes he ran into their den. So he runs back, and we see the whole pack chasing him. But Sho doesn't feel tired. In fact, he feels he can run even faster. So he speeds up and escapes far from the wolf pack. While running, he reaches the place where the students were hiding and finds more of them now. Sho says, "I'll stay with you for just one night." He also asks, "How long has it been since you ate?" A girl cries and says, 3 days. Sho pulls out an apple and eats it in front of them, and boom, points flood in. He says, "If you want apples, walk this way for 2 days. When you arrive, watch out for the squirrels. They don't like anyone taking the apples." The kids get mad, and Sho gains even more points. One of them grabs the axe and charges at Sho to take the apples. But Sho trolls him, takes the axe, then walks away with the sword and the axe. He leaves them 2 apples, but no one notices the emotional damage. After that, Sho walks and hears a sound. He tries to move aside, but finds a skeleton soldier on a skeleton horse. The soldier strikes Sho with a spear, so Sho grabs the spear. Then we see more skeletons coming. Sho knocks down the one in front of him, takes its spear, and walks away. The rest of the army follows behind wanting to kill him, but he manages to hide and they give up and leave. Sho decides to follow them to take their weapons. Elsewhere, students and teachers are watching the skeleton army. They don't know what to do, so they decide to kill their leader. They start scanning for the leader and spot one who's the only one holding a sword, assuming he's the commander. Then the sniper lines up a shot and blasts the skeleton's head. They're happy thinking they killed the leader, but the real commander is still alive and orders the soldiers to attack. So they run instead of dying. Then we see that group sitting in a spot confused how that happened. After thinking it through, they realize the guy they shot must have had his weapon stolen. Nearby, Sho is hiding and drops down on one of the soldiers, takes his spear, and leaves. The teachers see him and are surprised. More importantly, they now realize who stole the spear. One of the students identifies him as Sho and tells the teachers that his system power has been rising lately, especially after beating the class president. So the teachers want to recruit this guy into their class. Then we go to Sho, who's up a tree watching the soldiers. He remembers Lu and their memories together and misses her. So he comes down and continues his journey to benefit from the ruins. But while walking, he finds himself in a skeleton trap. But no way, it's Sho. He grabs the spear, channels his energy into it, and starts attacking until he finishes them all. After he's done, he gathers their weapons and leaves. A little later, we see the teachers and students continuing their walk. They find the skeletons destroyed and also notice the weapons are gone. So they assume this was Sho. The teacher is impressed by him and his power. They decide to make a plan to support him and finish off the last skeleton group. At the same time, we see Sho opening the system and pulling out a fruit and eating it. As soon as he eats it, a strange aura appears around him, and he gets ready for what he's about to do. We go back to the teachers and students waiting for the last group of skeletons to finish them off. While they're standing, a spear drops down with Sho's aura and hits a skeleton, destroying it. Then other spears fall and hit several in the group. Then Sho appears and goes in to finish the rest. The teacher and students rush down to help Sho, but he finishes them all before they arrive. When they arrive, they're all shocked by Sho's power. One of the teachers walks up to Sho to thank him, but Sho says, "Look, before anything, these arrows are mine, and I'm not letting you take any of them." The teacher gets annoyed and replies, "Take them, you pig, but you won't be able to carry all these weapons alone." Sho replies, "You're right." He sits down and starts shouting, "Come on, star. Come on, shiny star. 1 spear for 1,000 yen. Take 2 spears and get a rusty sword as a gift." The students gather and start trading gear with Sho in exchange for weapons. Then the class president comes over to buy a weapon from Sho. Sho tells him, "Look, with your money, the only thing you can afford is this axe. Don't worry, it's strong enough. It can cut anything." The class president gets excited, but Sho is just relieved to finally get rid of it. Then they all continue on together, and everyone's exhausted. But the teacher notices Sho walking happily, not bothered, pleased with what he got. The teacher comes over to talk with Sho for a bit. Sho asks about the other students. The teacher replies, "They're all fine, but most of the casualties were from the military students. They died protecting the others." Sho gets upset but feels kind-hearted. Then they go to a place to spend the night. We see Sho notice the teachers were tired, so he walks over and gives them some apples to eat and regain their strength. That's exactly what happens once they eat, and they're really happy. Then the students start coming to Sho asking for apples too. But he's annoyed and says, "Why should I give you apples? You're useless, just standing around while the teachers protect you. And the moment you saw me giving them apples, you came begging too? I'm not giving you anything." Then a rich-looking guy walks over to Sho and gives him a Rolex worth 30,000 yen. Sho agrees because business is business. At night, we see ghosts come out of the tunnel they're in. The teachers gather to protect the students. But Sho feels his sword wants to come out and finish them. So Sho tries to control the sword because he can't let it be released in public. When the ghosts see Sho and sense his power, they start running away. Sho gets what's going on and wants to earn points from them to see if the numbers will be high or low. They continue their journey and reach the center of the ruins. We hear some students talking about Sai, who managed to take down knights like a ninja all by herself. When Sho hears that, it catches his attention a bit. But he focuses back on work and sets up a stall to sell weapons. The students gather to buy. Then one of Sho's classmates comes and tells him the squad leader wants to see him. Sho goes and Sai is there too. We see the squad leader thanking them for what they did and asking for their help to figure out how to descend into the ruin center. They agree. The squad leader pulls out his sword and inserts it into the hole in front of them to measure its depth. After he finishes, the squad leader finds out it's 100 meters deep, so he decides they'll go down tomorrow to think more and make a plan. Then we see Sho checking the points he earned, and he has 66,000 troll points. But he notices from the names that there are spies among them because the names don't appear in the system, just numbers. And there are 9 of them. Then Director Shao arrives, entering with an apple tree. Suddenly, a squirrel jumps out of the tree and is angry because he took the tree. But Sho laughs at him. The squirrel sees that and wants to hit Sho because he's even more annoying. But Sho calms him down and gives him an apple. So the squirrel returns to his natural role, being cute. Suddenly, we see G walking up to Sho and saying, "I took down like 4 knights and crushed everything." Sho gets excited and gives him a spear to fight with, for free of course since they're friends. He's not that greedy after after all. Then suddenly someone approaches Sho wanting to buy a weapon. He says, "Give me a spear now, and when we leave, I'll give you 50,000 yen. Sho replies, "And how can I trust you after we leave? A bird in the hand is better than 10 in the tree." The guy gets mad, and Sho realizes he's a spy. Then we see director Shao gathering the students and saying, "Tomorrow, we're descending to the ruin center. No plans, nothing, we attack any enemy we see." The teachers try to convince him to make a plan, but he insists on what he said. At night, while the students are asleep, the spies start moving to head down to the ruin center first and steal the core eye. But Sho already knows and catches the last one before he goes down. The guy gets angry and tries to kill Sho. The other 8 notice one of them is missing, but keep moving to get the core eye. Then we cut to Sho and the spy. We see Sho talking to the spy, but a bit loudly, so the students wake up from Sho's voice. When Shao notices, the spy suddenly feels a powerful aura. Then we find out it's Zhao's power, and he finishes the spy in a single blow. After that, Shao tells the students and teachers that he didn't set a plan yesterday because he knew there were spies and was waiting for them to expose themselves so he could eliminate them. Then they gather the students who can fight, including Sho and Sai. Shao goes to the squad leader and tells him, "We're going down, and you stay here to protect the rest." The squad leader agrees and tells him, "Next time, if you've got a plan in mind, at least let me know." Shao winks at him mockingly. First time I've ever seen that look. Anyway, they gather the team that'll descend, and the squad leader gives them a motivational speech first. Then he orders a unit with them to build a ladder so they can go down. While descending, Sho feels the sword again and doesn't understand why, but keeps moving. After they descend, they find the spies killed themselves. As they move forward, they arrive at a place with strange crystals above them. Moments later, ghosts come out and attack. Shao hits them with one strike and takes out a large number, but many remain and surround the students. The teachers discover the ghosts die quickly, so they all start fighting. Everyone joins the battle, but Sho doesn't understand. Every ghost he tries to hit runs away from him. He tries to kill one by force, but the ghost keeps backing off. After Sho manages to kill a few ghosts, his sword starts absorbing their power. Suddenly, someone dies from a ghost, and when Sho looks, he realizes it's not a normal ghost. It's one of the spies who had killed themselves. Shao gets angry and uses a defensive technique to push all the ghosts away. Then they start discussing how to finish them, but they can't reach a conclusion because no one can see them. Suddenly, Sho feels the sword as if it's pulling toward the right side, so he strikes that way and hits the spy. When Shao sees Sho was able to hit the monster, he's shocked. He comes closer and asks, "How did you know where he was?" Sho says, "Would you believe me if I said it was luck?" Shao says, "No," so Sho says, "Fine, hit that direction." Shao strikes and actually hits the spy. Sho is shocked because this time it was pure luck. Then Sho starts calling out directions, but all of them are wrong, so Shao believes it was really luck. Then they prepare to continue the mission. But suddenly the castle gate opens, and a huge number of skeletons come out. Their commander speaks mockingly and says, "How dare you enter here? None of you are getting out alive." But Shao tells his team, "You see that spear in his hand? That must be the core eye. Leave the commander to me. I'll kill him and take the core eye while you deal with the rest." The battle begins between the humans and the skeleton army. Shao is strong and goes straight to fight the skeleton commander. But his strike doesn't affect the commander, it only kills his horse. The commander gets furious and wants to finish Shao himself. Then the chaos breaks out between the students and the army. We look at Sho and see one of the skeletons shoots him with an arrow. Sai steps in, saves him, and goes in to kill. Sho gets pumped and jumps in too to kill the monsters. But again, they keep running from him. Sho gets annoyed and decides to enter the castle. Since he's useless outside, maybe there's something inside worth a good price. But as he enters, Sho feels the sword warning him that someone's watching. Sho goes in and the spy is hiding, ready to kill him. But the sword doesn't just watch, it comes out and annihilates the spy. Outside, everything is in chaos in the fight between Shao and the skeleton commander. Shao keeps blocking the commander's strikes and grabs his spear, refusing to let go. We go to Sho and find he reached a place labeled no entry. So he goes in because obviously that must be the most important place. As soon as he enters, he sees many guards standing still. Sho says to himself, now this is a good opportunity. When he gets closer, they start moving and attack him. But Sho's sword comes out, and all the guards get scared and go back to their places. Sho walks in and starts taking weapons from them. Anyone who resists, well, the sword convinces them. And of course, he earns points from them. Outside, things are getting hard for the teachers. They're exhausted. One of them is about to die, but Sai jumps in, saves him, and takes down a few skeletons. We go to Shao and the skeleton commander. The commander charges Shao and manages to restrain him. But Shao uses his power and breaks free from the skeleton skeleton commander. Then he attacks and grabs the spear. Meanwhile, Sai has taken down many skeletons and her energy is almost gone. But sadly, the battle is still going. Inside the castle, Sho reaches a strange office and guesses that the core eye must be here. The enemy commander senses Sho, drops his spear, and runs. When Shao picks up the spear, he realizes it's not the core eye, so he keeps chasing him. Shao reaches the place with the guards. The skeleton commander orders the guards to finish off Shao. Outside in the battle, everyone is completely exhausted now. They're starting to believe they're going to die. But inside, Sho manages to find the core eye. As soon as he touches it, everything in the ruins starts to fade. The skeletons break apart. Everything gets absorbed into the core eye. In the real world, people start to notice the smoke is disappearing gradually. As soon as the smoke vanishes, we see everyone return to the real world. Then we go to the hospital and see G searching for Sho. He even checks the weapon distribution area but doesn't find him. The teacher tells him, if you didn't find him, then you'll probably find him among the bodies. He's a bit upset saying that, but then Sho walks in, glowing from the things he collected inside. He gets a bunch of sweet points. Later, we see Sho walking, collecting points off Lu. Suddenly, he sees her up in a tree above him. She jumps down onto his face and starts checking if he's hurt. When she sees he's fine, she's happy he made it back. Then Sho apologizes to her and promises he'll treat her to shawarma. The girl's excited because for them it's either shawarma or chocolate. We see Shao walking, heading to the Sky Network to inform them about what happened and that someone managed to steal the core eye. The squad leader catches up to him and says, "What are we supposed to tell the press?" Shao replies, "Man, tell them whatever. I've got something important to do. I need to go to the organization because I suspect the spies are the ones who stole the core eye." We go to Sho and Lu's house and we see him telling Lu to bring out the criminal she's keeping. She releases the criminal's soul and says, "Here you go." Sho powers up a bit and Lu is surprised and asks, "Where did you get that?" Sho says, "After I beat the ghosts, the sword absorbed their power and created this black orb. And this other one, it came from the sword absorbing a strange body." Lu asks, "So, what are we gonna do with them?" Sho replies, "If the criminal eats this black orb, it'll boost his energy." The criminal eats it and his power starts increasing, but he also starts laughing. Lu gets mad and says, "So now I've lost a pig and corrupted a criminal?" Sho says, "Relax, no big deal. Here, take these," and hands her 2 apples. As she eats them, the squirrel sees her and says, "You don't got a right to eat that apple," said in pure Matari-style English accent. But when Lu sees him, she's thrilled and takes him as her pet. The squirrel clearly objects, but Lu gives him a chip. The squirrel gets happy and reverts to default cute mode. Lu says, "If you want more chips, you do what I say." And of course, he agrees. "Are you kidding? It's chips." Then we see Sho in his room holding the core eye. He sends his consciousness inside it and suddenly finds himself floating like a spiritual aura. He realizes this tool allows him to observe areas around him. He pulls his aura back into his body. Then he looks again into the core eye and notices a strange shape at the bottom. He enters his consciousness again and finds himself in a weird place with weapons from the ruins he had collected. Sho is excited and decides this will be his new storage space. Then Sho goes to a giant door and tries to open it. He keeps pushing and with effort manages to open part of it and sees inside the ruins castle. Sho gets excited and decides to return once he's stronger to open it fully. Then he hears Lu calling his name, so he leaves to reassure her so she doesn't think he's dead. He says, "I was just testing the power of this tool. Don't worry, I'm treating you to some real shawarma, like legendary stuff. And with the money from all this, we're going on a trip." We cut to the Sky Network leader and his assistant as they discuss the core eye. The assistant says that Shao claimed a spy was the one who took it. But the leader replies, "I doubt a spy was the one who took it. Must be someone else. I sent 2 agents to the city to track any magical energy flow. The place where the energy is different is where the eye must be." The assistant says, "Class D1. And by the way, that's Sho's class." Anyway, Class D1 performed poorly in the battle. But the teacher's report said 2 students had really high power, one with a low grade and 1 girl with a high grade. The commander likes the idea and recruits Sai for training. Then he announces that they won't wait for another ruins to attack. They'll go destroy them instead.